Good morning. Welcome to air rifle testing. Back at farm set. Try to do some testing. Not busy at all today. It's cloudy due to the smoke, the fire. But I done something really dumb today. I dropped my impact off the table, unfortunately, and I was using the knockoff Harris knockoff, and I knew it wasn't stable, and it's just dumb. So anyway, basically my impact was on the table with this knockoff Atlas bipod, wiggly and all that stuff. I left it on the table, and then I got up. I might have bumped the edge of the table here, and it just went crushing down. There's my wind indicator still there. So I think it dropped on the scope itself, because I had actually had my GoPro on, and this part of my scope has dirt, lots of dirt on it, and I think the bipod, the legs of the bipod might have impact or absorb some of the fall. But anyway, so I did some shots testing right away, and my zero was off, obviously. And then I carefully examining my scope. Basically, this is the FX No limit mount. This part of it was supposed to be a 0, and it was bumped up. And then this back piece also was moved. So I was shooting way high. So I realized that. I remount the scope, put it down to 0, and then put it down to 0 again, and then set up to my 0 at 30, and then just basically moving up and get close to my 30 at 0, because I didn't want to adjust all of my marking here for my ranges. So I try to get as close as I can. And the next problem that I found was my windage was way to the right. So, and I think the scope or the mount, somehow my scope might have got rotated. I hope that was the case. That is not broken. But anyway, I had to rotate my windage quite a lot, quite a bit. So, but now I was able to get it to hold 0 again with my AirArm 18 grain. But at least it's hitting my target. The target box to 30 yards, and I push it to 50 yards. It seems to be okay with the pellets. So then I was testing the slugs. The new H&N slug that I got, where last time I mentioned it was very greasy. I'll show you here. It has a layer of grease on it, and see, that's heavy grease. And then this was, hold on here, I'm gonna open the lid. This is a tin, one second. Okay, so this was one of my old tin. That's what the color looked like. So this is the new, my old tin, and then this is the new that I washed last night, and then I lube it with the silicone gel. So the color looks better. So I had 3 control sample tests at 50 yards. At first the group was just all over the place. I think that was me just being frustrated with and angry at myself for dropping my gun, and then try to adjust. So, and then I did a second group shots. Let me grab the paper here. So this was my first group shot, and that's at 50 yards with shooting an H&N slug, and this was my first 5, and next 5, and then these are the new tin, so same kind of a pattern. It was windy as well, so and then I did the clean one, same kind of a pattern all over the place. So and then I took a little bit of time off, and then I did a second test. So I was able to hold a group, at least these are 5 shots, and then kind of open up again. And then this is the new one. Seems okay, but not as good as the old pellet slugs. And these are the clean ones. So yeah, I don't know. Something is still up with my gun, obviously. So I have to definitely have to do more testing again. And first I gotta go home and sort out my mount, maybe take it apart and then remount it, check it to see if any bent in the parts somewhere. Yeah, so it's really unfortunate. I definitely don't want to use this this mount, or this bipod I should say, without being very, very careful with it. So I mean, it has such a bad canting thing, it just tip over. I tried to put a pin in there to so that it prevented it from rotate over, but it wasn't stable, so my gun just came crashing down to the ground. So as you can imagine, I was like very shocked and disappointed in myself. But anyways, so far the gun seems to be able to shoot okay, at least with the pellets anyway, the 18 grain AirArm. So it might have been just I might have to adjust my regulator or something, adjust my speed to get my slugs going like before, the accuracy that I had before. So right now my slug shooting is kind of out of commission until I get more time tuning it, and see if I can get my accuracy back again. So back to square one kind of thing. But at least the pellet is still okay. I can still pest the starlings and crows with it, but until I get my, like I said, until I get my gun sorted out, I would have to not shoot slug for now, at least not at pesting anyway. So the ray pressure, yeah, see it drops too, because it was set at 130 and now it dropped down to 115, so that might have been the case. And also my pressure is low, so I gotta bump it, I gotta feel the air pressure and see if the gauge goes up. So anyway, that's my mishap for today. That can't ruin my day for my regular shooting, but shit happens, right? Cheers. I'm gonna do a follow-up on my impact. Last week I dropped the impact off the table, and everything was kind of off, the scope and everything else. So basically I was able to check my gun again. Last night I remounted again, checked the scope, so tested out today. Everything seems to be working in order, so which is good news. But I had to like re-zero all my my endpoint and stuff for my ranges. So basically today I was just doing the pellet. So basically I have to remark my turrets and get all my marking done. So I only got up to 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70 today. So the wind picks up, so I have to quit. Just have to do another day. But luckily my gun is not broken, other than the mount was like this, you know, moved, and scope now I rotated back. Everything seems to be working fine. It's holding 0 for the pellet as well, at least. But I gotta do more range time and get my slug 0 back on, and then hopefully it's all good. So stay tuned for the next video. Cheers.